Well, what is innovation? Well, we can define change as anything that's an alteration to the status quo. So anything that is different to what we're normally doing, we can call that change. However, innovation is a little bit different to change because even though innovation necessitates and requires change, change in itself is not innovative. So you don't have to be innovative to create change, but you need change to create innovation. So we can define innovation as any new idea that is used to initiate or enhance a process, a product, or service. So I can simplify that by saying innovation really is anything that helps to enhance what we're currently doing. So if we're delivering a service, anything that is different that can improve on that service, we could describe as innovation. Anything that um, improves on a product, so even as part of that service, we may have products. Anything that's an enhancement on that would be an innovation. And the same with process, any work methods that we take. So if there's a particular safe or standard operating procedure, and there are steps involved, and we can look at that through continuous improvement and look at a way that makes it faster or better quality or cheaper. That in itself can also be an innovation. So innovation, for the purpose of this unit, we're just going to describe as anything that is an enhancement to what we're doing. So why is innovation important? Well, we know innovation is important because we're starting to see quite the body of research that supports its positive impact on workplaces. Generally speaking, it's a highly competitive environment out there. The marketplace is highly competitive. And even if you're in the private sector or the public sector, competition is a driving force at all times. Whether you're in a business like Macmillan and you're in the private sector and you're competing against other organizations that do the same thing, you're constantly looking for ways that you can differentiate yourself from your competitor, and that might be through something that's an enhancement, something that's different but important and advantageous to your end user. In the public service, the government of the day is always looking for better ways in which to do things, better ways that we can use resources or respond to the public's needs around a policy or program area and so forth, or consultation. So, in a highly competitive environment, innovation is critical to the success of any business. And of course, technology is um, driving us to be faster, quicker, better quality in what we do. So, as an something that has an effect on business and on the way that we work, technology is a really critical factor. This idea that as technology allows us to do more, there's better ways that we can do what we're doing. So, for example, the emergence of the internet, the emergence of email, social media has allowed us to communicate faster. Our consumers are expecting to be more in the loop. They expect us to let them know through Facebook or Twitter or any of the other social media platforms when something is happening. And that's just one example of technology driving this continuation for innovation. But there are other driving factors as well: social standards, social norms, legislation. These are all factors that drive change. And then as we manage change internally, we don't want to just change for change's sake. We want to change to be better at what we do. So this idea, and it goes hand in glove with the idea of continuous improvement. We're constantly looking at what we're doing and thinking, how can we be better at that? An important part of innovation, and we're going to talk through this unit, is creativity. This idea that sometimes to be innovative, we need to look at things from a different perspective. Not necessarily come up with something new, but come up with maybe an old idea in a new way. In some cases, it might be something new, but in some cases, it might be that We've done something like this before, but maybe if we apply it in a different way or in this particular way, which is a bit different, it can help us to be better at what we're doing, better for our end user, and in the process for us to be more innovative. And and just in terms of statistics, in Australia specifically, the ABS is showing uh, that 91% of businesses that are focused on innovation are producing better outcomes in the way of improved goods, services, processes, and methods. So it is not only um, good in terms of meeting our customers' needs and aligning with their expectations. It's also really good in terms of improvement of our services and processes and what we're doing. The other point that I haven't put on there, which is really important in terms of why innovation is important, and we'll talk more about this as we go through, is the culture of the workplace. If you want to attract great people to your organization and you want to retain great people to your organization, those those people aren't going to be satisfied with stale old ways of doing things. They want to be challenged, they want to be progressive, they want to be doing new things, and they want to be coming up with ideas and so forth. And if you look at things like Maslow's hierarchy of needs, um, yeah, Maslow's Maslow's hierarchy of needs says that the end game really is about um, this transcendental stage at the end, where we can be our most creative, where we can be our most productive through things like creativity. And so a workplace that allows for that is going to attract people who are highly motivated, as opposed to a workplace that is old and stale, that isn't innovative, that is just doing the same things they've always done, and in the process might be being left behind by degrees. Um, you're going to find it very difficult to attract and retain high quality people in that situation. I'm not saying that's always the case, but just saying that generally speaking, um, those type of people are going to be looking for progressive, innovative workplaces. And we'll talk more about what do I mean when I talk about progressive, innovative workplaces. As we unpack that, you'll start to get a better idea. If you haven't already, you'll start to get a better idea about what an innovative workplace culture looks like in workplace.